Hey everybody, this is Jeremy with ZTB Mag. I'm here with Absolute Hero. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
I want to know, one, how the name came about. I'm going to interview you like nobody's ever heard of you before. I want to know the nitty gritty, how you started, those kind of things, and then we'll move on to what's going on right now. So, how did you come up with Absolute Hero?
That's a me story. When it was like when we first started, we were dabbling on some names, different ones. Like I threw out one like Heroes Without Capes because that was the whole concept. But I wanted to do something that wasn't like superheroes, but more like the people that you admire and look up to as your heroes, like musicians, firefighters, stuff like that. So those kind of heroes.
How long have you guys been? So I know. Well, let's start here. I know you got two new band members. Can you introduce them and kind of give me like the rundown on that?
We can actually let them
Introduce everybody.
Yeah.
My name is Chris. I play bass. I've known these guys, well, not Cody, but I've known Absolute Hero for a couple years. And finally, I was able to kind of like get my timing all set up with my new job to be able to play with them, which is something I always wanted to do. I know.
For like
Yeah.
since we started.
Yeah, but I've known him for a few years, and timing was right, and I hopped on board. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Cody. Hello. So I don't know any of these guys. They just drug me along today. Yeah,
That's what the white van was for.
exactly. I said free candy, and I hopped right in. Anyways, I met these guys probably about 9 months ago. They asked me to join their. Yeah, I met Sarah maybe about 3 years ago. We tried doing a little project together. Wrong timing, wrong place, but it seems that fate has brought us back together into this awesome band. So, and I play guitar.
Go ahead and introduce everybody.
I'm Landon, and I joined the band about a year ago, I believe. I think the first show was in April, and they were looking for a new guitarist on Facebook, and apparently, I don't remember this, but I met Sarah at Donata's before this.
Yeah, we either went to one of your shows for your other band or we were playing your show together.
Yeah, like I said, I still don't remember.
It's where the best stories start.
Right. I'm Sarah. I was in a band before and it didn't work out, and I didn't want to give up on music. I wanted to keep going, and then I met Justin, and it got going. So.
Yeah, I'm Justin. Weird story. Whenever I joined the band, I joined as like the bass player, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be refreshing. I'm not having to play drums, not having to do whatever. And then we ended up like losing somebody when we first started, and then I moved over to guitar, and I was all pumped on that. And then we couldn't find a drummer that would like keep up with our stuff, so like they just all made me play drums because that's like my normal thing. So now I'm still playing drums. That's about it.
So you're like a pure step Phil Collins then?
Yeah.
I can dig that. Do you sing too?
I'm not that great at singing. I can do good backups. I scream like really well though.
Right. Yeah. Who is the screamer?
So. That's me.
That's you. Okay. So I was listening to your new single, "Death of Innocence," and when it comes in, you got the intro, and then when it comes in, I can't remember the lyric to it, but when it comes in, it kind of gives you chills. The harmonies are great, and the screaming and the singing blend perfectly. Tell me about the creation of that song.
That's a Justin story.
Go for it, man.
That song is actually like 10 years old. I wrote it with an older band. Like I wrote it and presented it to them. We played it around with a little bit. We played it out live, stuff like that. Tried some recordings of it. Eventually that band broke up, and it's actually there's a lot of new programming on some of our stuff.
Right.
Like keyboards and synths and stuff. Is actually an old guitar player from that band. So I was throwing the idea around. I'm like, I really love this song. We never got to do it or do really anything cool with it. Can I reimagine it? Can we redo it? And he did some new synths and all kinds of stuff for that. And so that's what's on that track. And got the blessing from all the other guys. And they were like, do it.
That's cool.
And it fits with all the new style we were doing exactly. Like
Right.
it just. But yeah.
So the new style, I think at the show, the Treehouse Bar, or that's what it's called, right? Treehouse? Tree Bar? You were talking about a new style. So this is the first song in that kind of new path that you're taking.
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
We initially were pop punk. It was what I wanted to do before. But, you know, as we started to evolve, basically, we wanted to do a more mature sound. We wanted to do rock, and that's what we started doing. So everything's heavier, except for Death of Innocence, it's more power ballad, but it's more like the crack in the door leading into what we're doing now. So,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I think just because I haven't heard the whole, we'll talk about that, you know, an album, but so I haven't heard all of it, but that song it's phenomenal, really, and that I think that will be a really good like gut punch to the music scene, like coming out the gate, you know.
Yeah.
So you guys have a new album coming out. When's it coming out?
We don't have a dead set date yet, but I would say look forward to summer.
Yeah.
What's it
I
called?
was gonna say it's just gonna be like a 6-song EP.
Okay.
Yeah.
This new thing we're trying to get some, like, we tried to like push and get some stuff out the door so
Right.
you know everybody could hear what we're trying to do and just going for it. But yeah, it's gonna be called Gone Bad.
Yep.
All bad. So, you know, getting the music out there and getting people to hear it is obviously the most important thing that you can do. You can play music in your basement for yourselves, and it could be like Cream, you know, Eric Clapton, and we're all just sitting here playing, you know, in our basement. But people got to hear it, and so one of the things that I've noticed is when I first met you guys, I think it was at the Blitz local stuff, or no, it was at Space Bar.
Yeah.
Space Bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was at Space Bar, and you guys were part of a group of other bands that kind of played downtown. My scene is more Alrosa, what used to be Oshekis and things like that. And as I started looking deeper into the music scene in Columbus, there was almost two halves. You know, there's this huge, like Beartooth. I'd never even heard of them. I mean, I heard is it Attack Attack? Was the original? Yeah, I heard of them, but it was before I kind of got started like talking to bands and things like that. But there's just two sides of this music beast, and recently they've kind of been colliding, and I really like that. You know, I think that has to do with Shrunken Head. Space Bar is kind of having bands from all over the place. So how do you guys like, you know, just getting with new bands, and how do you feel about the scene right now?
Go ahead. She's got it.
It's a breath of fresh air, really. Honestly, like I don't want to like say too much and sound like a jerk, but it's way I feel a lot more like this. These are our roots. This is what we were supposed to do when we started. Like even with the first EP, we had World of Cried Wolf, and even this Hurt Locker was kind of like a hint at what direction we were heading. People are more welcoming, they're more friendly, and it's a lot more fun, I think. I mean, did you want to say something, Lynn? Yeah.
I just feel like in the whole music industry itself, it's always cool to have something new and something fresh. If not, you're just like stagnant and get stuck, and it kind of starts to get boring, I feel like. So it's always cool to like challenge yourself to new stuff.
Right. For sure.
Don't be shy.
So you guys have a show in Illinois coming up, and you have something about a studio session in, was it South Bend?
Yeah.
Isn't that where a football team plays? Like a big one? I don't know. You can follow football. So tell me about this studio session and what's going on with that.
We're just going to be filming like a video of one of the newer songs that we're not telling you anything about right now. But it'll be kind of like a live, sort of MTV Unplugged style filming video of us playing one of the newer songs, and we'll release it at like a later date and whatnot. But yeah, we're gonna do that during the day and play a few shows in Illinois this coming weekend and have some fun.
Is that the furthest you guys have went so far?
No.
Where's the furthest? A lot of bands have trouble getting out of the 270, the circle. For those of you that aren't familiar, 270 is a freeway belt that just goes around Columbus, and there's so many venues inside of that belt that it's real easy to get stuck there and never get out of that, bubble. And it's the curse of the 270 bubble. So, where have you guys been?
We went to New York in 2016. I mean,
We've
we went
obviously been to Chicago.
Chicago,
before,
yeah.
All over Indiana.
Kentucky. Ooh, did we go?
Not
or
Kentucky, we're about to.
Yeah, we're about to. Oops. Yeah, we've been all over.
We
Like,
played in Pennsylvania.
yeah,
Like,
Pittsburgh.
I'll just bleep that out.
I was gonna say we're trying to.
That's all right.
We're trying to get out of being a local band. We're trying to get more regional and get fans out there and try to.
It's working.
Yeah,
That's
it's working
what will-
good.
That's what will carry you on through to the next phase of musicianship and
Yeah.
and
Not just having like your friends and your mom out at your shows.
right. I mean, Columbus has a great scene, but
Oh, yeah.
Columbus isn't going to support a career.
No.
I don't think any city, even LA, is not going to support a career if that's the only place that you play,
don't.
unless you're Tony Bennett.
Yeah, unless you've already been doing everything. and then come back
if
to
you're
that.
Richard Cheese and you're playing in Vegas 5 nights a week, then you're good.
I'd like to play in Vegas.
That would
Yeah,
be-
they
that
need to
would be
book us for
badass.
like a month or something down there.
Blink-182 just got a residency booked.
Oh,
I think they're playing like a month straight. I don't know if it's every weekend
That's
or
kind-
actually every night or what.
That's kind of really badass.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Dude.
It's kind of
I
really
feel like they're
badass.
Definitely one of the more like modern bands that get like residency.
Right,
Like that.
that's-
Usually it's all kind of like not wash-ups necessarily.
Share and
right, yeah. Well, they're people that it always seems like it's somebody from the 60s or 70s that has a huge career that took a vacation for a while and now they just need something to do or they want to make some extra money, but they don't want to go on a full tour because I've followed some bands on some tours and seen all the things that they go through and I've seen the food that they eat and
Yeah.
Believe me.
touring life. I mean, if you're sure,
I would-
I'm sure it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But
I would love to go on a full tour, but it is basically like whore baths and PBR and fast
Yeah.
food.
right,
Like,
there's nothing wrong with PBR if you drink it
You're
as
like
fast as possible.
drinking Gatorade at the
It has
end
a
of
little
it.
bit of a buttery aftertaste. It's kind of weird.
I don't.
you know.
I'm kind of snobby about it.
What's your beer?
I like to drink like IPAs. I can't do
Oh,
PBR
God.
constantly.
IPAs.
Oh,
What about you? Everybody else? Tell me your favorites.
PBR is
PBR, sorry.
I can't. I don't want to get that beer gut.
Yeah.
No Bud Light.
We do whiskey and.
Yeah, no beer, just whiskey for me. Whiskey on the rocks.
I like to drink anything that's wet.
Yeah.
He's got some 409 over there. If you want.
If it's free, we'll drink it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. If it's free PBR, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you guys have coming up in, actually, no, let's backtrack. So just briefly, I'm going to mention the Blitz had a Battle for Rock on the Range recently. And when we talked about doing the interview, the show hadn't happened yet, and it's since been done. It was kind of boom, here it's done, quick. But how was that? And are you guys looking to, like, some bands don't want to play festivals. Some do. Some make their bones on just touring festivals. That's it. Anyway, so tell me what you guys think about that and how you feel about festivals and whatnot.
It was really fun. You know, congratulations to Pray for Sleep. They were really good, really well put together. It was an opportunity to get exposure too. Like whether you win or not, like that's what we went in remembering. Like, you know, we're gonna get an opportunity to get new fans, and it's not the end of the road just because we don't win. Like,
Right.
you know.
Absolutely.
But,
We definitely did get a lot of new fans, a lot of new people.
yeah.
Like people you have no idea who they are, friend requesting you after
Yeah.
they liked your band, and I'm like,
I'm like, who are you
I
people?
don't- but yeah, no, it was really cool. It made me feel cool. Like
Felt like a rock star at that show.
Yeah, finally,
Yeah.
just like, okay, here's all these new people that I've never met or whatever, and people just, it was just really flattering, and, you know.
Yeah.
I've seen since 2013 the different battles that they've had. I've seen bands like ride that wave because after you play Rock on the Range, it's easy to kind of ride a wave of. You can add that to your resume, and you can get
Yeah.
booked, and it's easier to get on with other nationals. And I've seen bands do that, and I've seen bands just fall on their face and not do anything after that. And then I've seen bands that played the show, didn't win, and just got massively popular from just playing that show. You ever heard of a band called Hollywood Red?
This sounds familiar, yeah.
They were like 14. they were like 14, and they got really super popular. And I mean, they had cougars running around following them all over the place. But they were super talented, and they're all in different bands now. That band, it was like a Genesis band, and then they all kind of went off and did their own thing. Liberty Deep Down.
Oh, okay.
Some other bands that they're in.
No,
Did Marty from Bubbleflix help out Hollywood Red, or?
I believe so. Marty has a hand in a lot of things.
Yeah.
He's fingers and pies kind of
I
thing.
love Marty. He's
yeah,
great.
we like Marty too.
I was, me and my little brother were Marty and Sean for Halloween like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, I'll have to show. I had like the goatee and everything. I'll find the picture and show you.
I've got to see that picture, and if she sends it to me, I'll pop it up in the video for you. Because I don't think I've ever seen anybody play another local band for Halloween. But if you're gonna do one, that's hilarious. So you guys have some shows coming up in Columbus? Anything we could talk about?
May 27th.
May 27th with Forever at Last, Human After All.
Yeah.
Is there another one?
I think
Quick,
there
look it
is.
up.
I can't remember.
It's at Donata's Basement through Bravo. I'm actually excited to play with Forever at Last. It's another
Yeah.
female fronted band, and they're amazing. Yeah,
Local or they?
They're not local. They're not local.
Are you sure? One of them is from Ohio. I think
Okay.
that's what it is. But the others are from like, I don't know, somewhere else.
Don't say Michigan.
We have yet to play in Michigan.
If you go, I heard the machine shop's really cool. Just get to your.
Michigan, I want to play in Grand Rapids.
So
I've been there
trying
before.
We're trying to get our foot in the door up there, and it's a lot of like who you know and meeting new people and stuff, and that's why we're hitting the road and trying.
Right.
Yeah. This table is a nuisance.
You can put your feet on it. I mean, it's not.
No, it's just, I know you keep trying to.
Yeah. I just lost my train of thought completely. I had my next question lined up and I lost it. So when I first started, I used to write down questions because I don't like being in front of the camera. I never wanted to be in front of the camera. And then the guy I was doing video for, I was behind the camera, and he was interviewing. And his name was also Jeremy Gross. He used to run Gross Magazine, and that's kind of who I stepped in when he quit and shut that place down. That's when I moved in. And so one day he was like, I'm too drunk to do this interview. He said, I can't do this interview. So he had questions written down. And the first band I ever interviewed was Machine Head. And I was,
Yeah.
and so I'm asking questions that I didn't have written down. And they were like, do you prefer Twizzlers or Jolly Ranchers? Well, and some of these questions, they were some serious, some ridiculous. And by the end of it, me and Phil Demmel, the guitar player from Machine Head, are sitting there looking up Urban Dictionary?
Yeah.
At all the dirty things like a Twizzler. I'm not going to say it here, but yeah, look it up. It's pretty dirty. A Jolly Rancher, it's also dirty. We spent there's a whole gag reel on all this stuff that we were just looking up, and that was my first interview. So.
I love telling people to go look up Blue Waffle.
Right. It's lost its luster now. It's
a few years old.
the waffle's getting moldy now, but That's so gross.
Elephantparty.org.
What?
Elephantparty.org.
Meatspin.com.
Yeah. Anyway, don't go to these websites. Anyway.
So, we'll just close with what's on the horizon. Do you have any big tours coming up? Anything like that you can mention
You're trying to be sneaky.
with
Yeah, but
with maybe a band that I might have seen this last week?
Yeah.
I might have almost died at that show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and maybe, drop a little mention there.
We have a lot going on this summer. And
Tell me all about it.
but if I tell you, I'd have to kill you. So yeah, just be just be patient. We have tours coming up. We are touring with a pretty great band.
You can tell them.
I can tell 'em?
It's about to get announced anyway. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, we're going on tour with A Decade Apart. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And we are also releasing new music, as everybody knows, but I can't tell you that.
Right.
You just have to wait.
So, can you tell me anything about dates? When does the tour start? Where does it start?
Ooh.
Where does
Yeah, it
end?
starts June 21st. We're gonna go through. I think it's Cincinnati, Louisville, Kentucky, Indianapolis, Indiana, and then we're gonna come back and play one final show here. And the final show here in Columbus will be. I think we're doing it at Donato's Basement, just because availability. But
Yeah.
that should be really cool. I guess they got some new sound system in there, and it should be rocking.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Will it be on a weekend?
Yeah, it's gonna be Sunday.
I will be there.
Yes.
I will be there.
You really should.
I've never actually been to Donato's Basement.
It's
dude,
cool.
I've had offers from PR people and touring bands coming through, and I just have never been there. It's
No.
Yeah.
The Donato's Basement show for some reason always ends up being on a weekday for me, and I work second shift, so.
Yeah.
There's
it
pizza
kills
there.
me.
That's all, and they have great drink deals.
Oh
Is it
my
kinda like- is
gosh,
it kinda like
great
Bernie's?
drink deal.
But-
Did you guys ever play Bernie's before it went down?
Mm-mm.
I was like Bernie's because there was no stage, and if there was, you'd have to have midgets on stage because the ceiling was, pretty short.
Oh.
I bet any one of you could hit your head on the pipes in there.
Even me?
I had to pretty much like,
Yeah.
I had to find a spot that the pipes weren't standing there, and if I wanted to go out, I'd have to, do a little.
No, it's pretty nice down there. I mean, it's like another full service bar, and you can eat down there. They like rent it out for
Really?
special occasions if you want to.
To make their extra money.
Whatever, but yeah, there's a corner stage type thing, and they just added on some more. Like I said, they just are getting some new PA. I'm not sure exactly what date that'll be in. I think they're doing new monitors and new board and all kinds of stuff. So.
Oh yeah. Well, they got a lot of shows that come through there. so.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to do it so they can try to get some other bigger acts because they can hold a pretty decent amount for a smaller site.
Yeah.
venue.
It's
Right.
got like house show
Yeah.
vibes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Okay.
say some of my most intimate shows have been there because everybody can crowd right up there.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
right up to the stage.
I want to see more bands play at Tree Bar. I thought that was great, and the bar is actually the stage is actually bigger than I thought it was. I think
Yeah,
last
it
time
wasn't. It wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
It's just hard for me to climb up on that tree
I feel
stump
like it
because I'm
was
short.
reversed. That was badass though. I got some great pictures
Yeah.
of you like perched up there like a metal vulture.
Yeah.
But I think last time I went there, the stage was reversed or something. Like when you walk in the door, the stage is over here.
Oh.
Or I'm
I heard
crazy
some
and
of
that's
that
not.
too when we were
I,
there.
it's been a while since I've been there. I think last time I saw it, last time I was there was to see Adrenaline Kid, and they only play like once a year if they're bored. But yeah, I'd love to see more people play there just because of that small stage, that intimate, with the thing that you could just the tree that you could just perch up on top of, and I hope other artists make use of that as much as you did. But it was pretty fucking epic.
I was like, you can't see me over it, so I might as well get on it.
The stump's not that tall. So
Neither am I.
tell tell everybody where they can find you guys on the interwebs.
Oh. Yeah,
It's
good.
absoluteheroband.com. Facebook at Absolute Hero Band. Twitter.
Instagram is Absolute Hero Band.
Yeah.
Twitter is.
They're all pretty much the same thing. If you go to our website, absoluteheroband.com, that'll have all the links to everything we're doing. Absoluteheroband.com.
Snapchat is Snapsalute Hero.
Yeah, Snapchat, Snapsalute Hero.
You'll never take that away.
Snap salute here. All right, everybody. This is Jeremy with ZTV Mag, and I'm here with Absolute Hero. And make sure to check them out and go out and see this show when they come through. Later.
I have a question for you. What's with that soap?
I didn't make it.